Sorry about that. This is the second part of this. Right. Always comb the hair so there's no tugs in the hair. This is, oh god, this is a little tug here. I might as well brush it. I am taking the smallest amount of this. You can graduate, you can like graduate up. Right, so you've got your scissors in your hand. This is how, always when you're holding your scissors, you use your thumb and your index finger. So your index finger goes in here and your thumb goes in here. Your pinky lies on the top of here. So it's easier, so it goes like that. Comb is in your other hand. So you split the hair down the middle. You comb it down. Comb the hair down. Put the comb in your hand. Put the comb in your hand. You always, this is, always stretch the hair down. And when you're cutting, always cut. I will show you. Where your fingers are. Not ever cut when you're cutting somebody's hair. If they say here, I'll take a small bit off. Do not have your hand away up here and cut about here, because it's never going to be straight. So that's your guideline. The bit that I've just cut is my guideline for cutting hair. So slide the fingers down and cut. So always when you're always put your scissors behind where you're wanting to cut. But I had my scissors holding like that, and I had the comb, and I combed down. So I combed it down and make sure it was straight. I'm doing a level length, so it's just like a one straight cut. Get your next part. Put the next part down. But when you've got your scissors the way that I'm holding them, never don't let the scissors open in your hands, because it might cut your client's hair. That was getting a bit swollen. Right. Do the same again. Start with the middle of the hair and look for the guideline that's underneath your hair and where you've cut the hair previously. That's all you do, is use the guideline that you've got underneath your hair. So always use the guideline. I'll show you in a minute how to do that. As you probably can see, I've got my comb in my other hand. Always use your other hand to help you to hold your comb, obviously. So there's my guideline. So every time that I bring a new bit down, always use the guideline. So just follow the hair up. Always make sure that you've got hair down. I'll try and link where I got my scissors from this is if you want to do, because I know generally most of you have been cutting hair in lockdown, and since it's been locked down, and obviously it's, we're starting to get back to it now. So as what you've done before, make sure if you've got like little kids or anything, or anyone that wants their hair cut. See, I'm just taking the tiniest bit off this. Always follow the hair round. Always slide your fingers down and cut underneath your hair on your, if it's your daughter's hair or your grandchild's hair. Always follow the hair down. Always make sure that your lines are clean and tidy when you're doing them. I'll even show you how to thin their hair out if they've got, you know, if they've got really thick hair. This shouldn't have happened. Like I said, I don't have my stand, so I'm trying to. Always follow the line, like for where your guideline is for when you're cutting hair. Always follow the hair round as well when you're cutting. If they just want a little snip, obviously give them a little snip at the bottom. So that's how you've. I'll do this last bit. This is where it gets tuggy. So what I'm going to do is take my brush and knot this hair. You'll probably see when you get up the hair, it'll probably won't need to cut much, but just give it a little snip if it does need a cut. Always use the guideline that you have from the start of the. Always start when you're cutting hair. Always start in the middle of the hair. Do not start at the sides, so it doesn't really work. Start in the middle of the hair, and then work around when you're doing it. So just cut and work around. That's the best way of doing it. Just cut and work around. Right, so I'm nearly finished this side, the back of the hair. So I'll be moving on to the side. So the side one, is you take a bit off, bring it down, tie the remainder up. If it's clips, it's better off with clips for doing it. Right, how to do this bit. You take your guideline from the side that you've just cut it. This is only taking, I'm only taking a little small bit off this here. Using my hand to get the guideline sorted. Always use your hand and cut underneath where you're cutting. Do not cut halfway up the top of, like I showed you. So always use, when you're doing it, always use your guideline. Okay, there's a bit of a straight. Always use your guideline. I need to brush this out again. I am so sorry if this is like super long or what, but I'm really sorry. It's just that this doesn't have, I can't go live and I can't really show you what I'm doing, so I'll need to do it into two video parts. See, I've took so little hair off this. It's unbelievable. Right, same again on the other side. Always get the side off. Always use your guideline from the back of your hair that you've just done. So when you're doing it, always use the guideline that you've got previously. So you've done the back of the hair, use the guideline for the sides of the hair. I'm hoping this, you can understand this a lot when you're doing it. Right. Always use, like I said, always use the guideline. Always use your comb. Always use your comb and always stretch the hair out, because if you don't want it to be all wonky. Right. When you're pressing, whoever's sitting there, always make sure that both sides are straight. Always go down the hair shaft like I've just done. Go down the hair shaft on both sides at the front to make sure it's straight. Then you can go in and style it. Straighten it, give it a curl. If you want me to show you how to do curls on mannequin heads, please give me a shout, and I'll see, and I can do it. Or if you want me to do a bouncy blow dry on this mannequin head with round brushes, or do curls on this head, or do anything you want me to do, just give me a shout and I'll see if I can try and do it for you. Goodbye. Oh, thanks for watching.